Hey Flower Tribe, it's Kelly Lehman from Cranberry Fields Flower Farm, and I'm coming to you from behind the camera today. So I wanted to give you some easy to use tools that are readily available on the internet, and they're free. So when you're looking to find plants for your fresh cut flower garden, and this goes for perennials or annuals, you can just do either a Google search or a Pinterest search. So I'm telling you about my favorite flowers to grow in my garden. I'm telling you about my endless summer and my limelight and my peonies and my double daffodils. And those are just ones that I absolutely love, but you might want to explore more options for your own gardens, especially if you live in areas of the country or of the world that don't have the same planting hardiness zone as I do. So here's just one really fun option. So you can go over to Pinterest. And if you don't have a Pinterest account yet, just go over there and check it out. It's Pinterest.com. And I actually have a ton of Pinterest boards up there, and they're just idea boards, and they have them for gardening and for home decor and for cooking. So this is what my Pinterest page looks like. So it's under Cranberry Fields, the name of my farm. So if you put me in the search bar, you'll find it. And here's what I would do. So this is what some of my Pinterest pages look like now. And I have a ton of, gardening tips on here. But what I would do if I were you, because if you're just kind of starting out with this gardening guide, I think I would plug in something in the search bar. So you go to your little search bar up here, and you can do a search for things like, say like garden planning. So I'm going to go into garden planning. And then it's going to pick up a whole bunch of ideas that I have on garden planning. I'm going to give you some flower tours and showing you how to attract butterflies in your garden. But I also wanted to show you that you can go into like other people's pins. So this is like all pins. And this is kind of fun. So if I put in garden planning, I can check out things like, this is interesting. Some people like to actually map out what their garden is going to look like on a piece of paper like this. And this is really fun. So you can put in like, where your sunflowers are going to go, and you can put in where your winter squash is going to go. And what happens is once you find these pins, you can save them. So like I might wind up like saving this one to one of my other boards, and then I'll have them all saved in one spot. And what you can do is, I'm going to show you how to do that in 1 minute, but I just want to show you that you can actually go to that person's blog or their website, and they're going to give you like an in-depth like article or a YouTube video on how to create like this, like a little planting map. And so you can kind of read their blog and see what they have to say, planning out your garden. So that is just what this pin would have brought me to. I'm going to go back to Pinterest now, just for a minute. So I'm going to get out of this person's guide. And I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to save this pin. So I'm going to save it onto my gardening tips board. So now when I come back into my gardening tips, I know that I have that article that I can access later on when I want to take a look at it. So you can actually like create your own pages and then save different, ideas that you have to those pages, and then go back to your own personal pages and check them out. And so let me show you like just another example. So I might want to look for different plants now that are great for my hardiness zone. So say now I live in a planting hardiness zone 6, but you might live in like a hardiness zone 8. So I'm going to put in hydrangeas for hardiness zone 8, and let's see what populates. So these are results from my pins, but chances are you don't have like a lot of pins on these gardening things just yet. So make sure that you go to all pins, and it's going to open up the whole world to you of all people from all around the world that had put in hydrangeas for hardiness zone 8. And then once again, you can kind of click around. You can save these to your own boards. So I'm going to save this. And so basically, Pinterest is a spectacular search engine. I mean, the only warning I can give you about Pinterest is you might wind up getting addicted to checking out all these pins, but it's really fun. Please come over and check out my Cranberry Fields page, because hopefully there's a lot of extra really fun, great tips on there for you. But then open it up to that search bar to everybody else. I put a link to my Cranberry Fields Pinterest page in a link below in case you want to hop on over there and check out all the boards that I have there. I think I have a few thousand pins saved there. So I hope to see you on my Pinterest page. And the other great tip that I want to give you, and I found this really helpful, I would go over to, let me go to like a brand new search here. So I'm going to go over to just my Google search bar. So pull up your Google search bar, and then you could put in, like, say, perennials for zone, say, 3 planting area. And then you're going to hit return. And you can do a few things. You can either just, start reading the articles that will start to populate. 10 fantastic zone 3 perennials. And you can take a look for similar searches that, people have put in, different questions that are similar to your question. And you can start pulling those up, and that's really fun. You can start taking a look at what some other bloggers and gardeners, are talking about for that specific question. You might want to put in hydrangeas for zone 3, or you might want to put in terrific perennials for zone 3, or whatever your zone is. And then you can read all about them. But this is really fun too, and I think a lot of people don't realize you can do this. So you can scroll around to the blogs and all the articles, but this is one of my favorite things to do. Hop on over to images. So whenever you do a Google search, you have a choice of like reading all about it. You can shop for whatever you're looking for, or you could take a look at images. And so when you populate images, you're going to have all these beautiful flowers to look at that will grow in the planting zone that you're interested in. So you might think, oh, wow, this is really super pretty. I want to find out about it. This one, I don't really care too much about. Oh, but this one I really like. And this one's taking my breath away. And then you could just click on it. And it's either going to bring you to like a gardening website, or this is K. Van Bourgondion. They're also called DutchBulbs.com. I actually love this company. I get a lot of my bulbs and a lot of my peonies from them, so they're terrific. But a lot of these gardening sites also tell you about the plants. So a lot of times you could just kind of scroll down and you can read a lot about them. So this is telling me that this flower attracts pollinators. It's deer resistant. It tells me when it's going to bloom. It lets me know how tall it's going to be and which hardiness zones it's in. So a lot of times just scrolling down to these like websites that actually sell them, you can learn like a tremendous amount about these plants. So it's really fun just to do like a Google search to try to find more plants that are popular in your area. And you could do this for perennials and annuals. And so that's just like a really easy way to kind of click around the internet. So I love giving you those 2 tools. I use them all the time. And I'll do the same thing with YouTube when I'm searching out like YouTube videos. So that's the story with that. Thank you so much for joining us in this video. And please say hi to us over on my Cranberry Fields Instagram page. You can also find us on TikTok. And I made a whole bunch of podcasts for you. You can find those wherever you listen to your podcast. And please also let me know where you're viewing this from in this great, big, beautiful world. I love to see how our flower tribe is growing around the globe each week. Also check out our Kelly Lehman's Flower Tribe Facebook group, because there's thousands of gardeners from all over the world, and they're asking and answering loads of garden questions over there. And know that YouTube has allowed me to have a super thanks button attached to this channel. And if you'd like to buy us a cup of coffee, or let us know if you appreciate these videos, that would be terrific. Or you could just give us a like or a comment below. I would appreciate that. And I will see you guys in the next video.